streaming. All right. Let's see.
When was this post? When was this video posted?
Oh, shut up. Yeah. Here, let me get my fucking audio right. Control panel. This was like 4 hours, 4 hours ago.
Ah,
So
so this
this
is
is
fresh.
definitely. Oh yeah, no. Okay, audio's through the headset. Let's see, live. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, we're going. Copy
yeah.
link. Fine, I will click on you. Da, 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 da.
Oh yeah,
I
that's on there.
love Kim Possible. Alots return today.
Today.
Yes. I believe I'll have to fucking bookmark that for whatever fucking good that'll do. Pin to profile. That works. Bunk. Sorry, Charlie, I never got around to fucking cracking you. And let's see. Sup? Whoever the fuck Corey is.
Hello.
Hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
We're going to do a reaction, or I guess give our thoughts on Miss Possible's fucking take on Let's Talk. Spoilers, she posted her dog like Saber Spark did. Not that that's any. Here, I love cute animals, just like Vince McMahon. This means I'm a good person, right?
Just like Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Oh.
I think we said the exact same thing with the Saber Spark thing, which
Yes.
is just like this guy
Stop
posted
posting your
pictures of
cute
his
animals
dog.
when fucking. Hey, I'm an asshole. Should I put fucking goddamn Burr's cat on stream? Does that make me better?
You could put my cat. You could
He's
put my
got
cat there.
deers and horses. Does that make me even better because of all these things? No. Anyways,
I can do no wrong because of however many animals I own.
indeed. All right. Should I save it in Discord as well or what? Yeah, I guess I'll fucking. Will that create an echo?
We can find out.
All right, share screen. Duh. All right, there we go.
Because I need to be able to hear it, and
Yeah,
I'll
no,
only
no,
be able to hear it.
it's up hopefully, right?
Yes, I'm seeing it.
All right, and away we go. Perhaps for the last
Hopefully,
time. Don't count on it.
hopefully somebody in the chat will say if there's echo. Maybe.
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah, Corey. Hey, hope everyone's having a great time. Maybe Corey, maybe.
This video
Possible.
discusses sensitive topics, including grooming, power dynamics, and online harassment.
I promise that I'm probably going to say some fucked up shit because I'm Anthony. Hi, how you doing?
Viewer discretion is
Hold on, let me
advised.
listen and see if there's...
18 plus content warning. Do
I
not
didn't
There's
see
no echo from
anything
what
that
I'm
would
hearing.
make me go, "Oh my god, child, please go away." But we might.
harass anyone
We
discussing this
might.
video.
Who knows?
Hi everyone, welcome to the video. For those who don't know me, I'm the YouTuber I Love Kim Possible Lot,
You don't
which is a
say.
very long name, but I'm
Nice
known
to
as
meet you.
KP on
You really, Rachel, just fucking rebrand. Holy crap, this is the time. Like this, right? You've always had everyone's permission to shorten down that monstrous abortion of a name. And you could be like, oh, it was just too long. And you know what? It'd be a get out of jail free card, a new coat of paint.
Yeah. Rebrand, restart over for the beginning. Nobody knows what happened.
A lot of Rachel or something. I don't know. R a lot. Which,
Oh.
that the R could stand for something else. Anyways.
online spaces.
A whole lot
I
of
mostly
Rachel,
do
if you know what I'm
Disney
saying.
and cartoon and media analysis, but we aren't here for that today. Today we're here to talk about another video I did recently that
I want to go back to see if there's anything worth looking at.
didn't go over so well. The video was intended to be a conversation about problematic behaviors in online spaces, community safety, especially concerning children, and my own experiences regarding.
Okay, so the term problematic is used over a lot. I am anti fucking child abuse through and through. So I feel
Yes.
perhaps we should say wood chipper friendly behavior.
Yeah, that works.
There we go.
Certain YouTubers and content creators named in this video. However, even the best of intentions can go awry, and it's safe to say that mine certainly did, causing unintended harm and confusion in a situation where clarity and resources are.
KP, I think everyone else was fine. The person most hurt by your behavior would be you and potentially the people working under you. I'd give a mulligan to a point to KP's fine editorial staff, which I'm assuming a lot probably turned over and ran for the hills.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Oh,
paramount. The video in question went live on my channel in May earlier this year, being removed within hours of upload since I understood the message did not come off as what I intended. I haven't yet spoken on the issue
Did you just not watch it? Like, it was a 2-hour video. I get that it like a little long-winded, but usually when one person does their own editing, Rachel, you could go, okay, it's kind of coming together, or you know, for years I've gotten to scripting, I've gotten to recording, and I could just go, it's not quite right. Not in a way that I feel like I've shit the bed, but I'm boring people. You just fucking either didn't take a look at it, or you just let all the sheeple go, yeah, it works, boss, good one.
Publicly choosing to take time and space to be able to address legitimate concerns of the video with a clear head and level emotions. For those of you who still have no idea what I'm talking about, earlier this year I released a video about the online actions of DA Games associates Chris Deficiados and...
So here's the thing, I know dick all about DA Games, and I didn't know Chris had any really affiliation with it, not massively. She makes actually some interesting shit there, which I think shows up at about, what time did I tell you? Either 3 or 8
I didn't
minutes.
get. I don't think you told me 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, might been. And it definitely, I don't want to say spicy. It certainly gets heavy. There's certainly some it's more than just bullshit. At least it sounds like it. Or KP really jumped in it. We'll find out together.
Ryan, another YouTuber named Steven or SaberSpark, and the association between them that creates a dangerous space for minors to occupy. Included in the video was my own testimony of interactions with Steven.
Now, I want to be clear here. From what I've understood, from what I've been told, Royal told me, or what somebody fucking I talked to made a remark. I'm not gonna put that on Royal. Someone told me.
I know. Don't put it on Royal.
Yeah, no. Someone told me that fucking Aficionados Chris made a joke about like jerking off to her underwear years ago, like a decade or some shit like that, some long off thing. Now I'll admit it was creepy as hell, like, but the fact that there's also a recording where she goes, you know, may God have mercy on your soul. You did seem like you were over it, Rachel. You did seem like you didn't give a shit, and then you came back for a gut punch. But the thing is, again, in this video, you do have reason that you shouldn't have let him off the hook. If this, like, there's things in here that should have been tied together better. If only someone had watched their own video before putting it out. And if you did, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway.
Quickly. What was the consensus on the other video we watched, the SaberSpark one? Did anything come of that? What was the whole thing of that?
I felt that SaberSpark did a fairly well job. There are some things in here, including a pregnancy test that that's yeah, she puts an awful lot into these 10 minutes, boys. And in fact, if anybody cannot stand me, I am linking this video, KP's video, for no other reason. There's some things to talk about here. Whether she did them out of the goodness and kindness of her heart to get information out there, or this is one last fuck you. Woo! I'm here for it, baby.
Was third-party testimony of additional interactions with Steven.
Somebody's saying you need to turn yourself up, Anthony.
Oh, me?
Yeah, either turn her video down or turn yourself up.
Okay,
I think you're a little quiet.
I will turn her down a skoshing. Let's see.
Includes accusations of SA from a person named Emily, accusations I platformed on a video that in hindsight wasn't suited for testimony that heavy. Some other notable issues that were pointed out about my video was the tone. The general consensus was that the tone throughout the video was jokey and that I came across as making light of some...
Now, again, since I didn't watch all of the KP video and I've glanced over, I get that this shit's heavy. You absolutely, I used to bring Brony Inspector along because it's really heavy to talk about this shit, and sometimes it's good to have somebody who makes it less heavy. Inappropriate? Absolutely. But it is a coping
tell Aria that we are
fully
streaming.
Hello?
Hello.
All right, it's Aria Diamond.
Aria!
Should we let her know that we're streaming?
Aria, would you like to come along? We are going after I Love Kim Possible Lots video, so you will definitely want to click on the stream here.
I didn't know you were streaming. I'm so sorry.
Do you want in?
Oh, that's all right.
No, I'm sick. I can't think straight.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you get the flu.
Yeah, Aria, this is your last chance at the Drama Pone title.
Nope.
You're gonna want to run.
But I will listen in.
Okay.
So, hello, people. Also, Anthony's a big bug man.
It's true.
He is.
So anyways, let's continue this.
serious accusations and conversations, as well as my social media postings leading up to the release of the video. My postings came
I had to stop myself from saying something, Bert, you fuckers.
across as bragging, clout chasing, and once again, that I was making light of a serious situation. I'd like to firstly apologize for anyone who was hurt by my tone, both throughout the video and on my socials. My joking and memeing was contained to my own experiences as I deal with my own trauma that way. I make dark jokes.
I wasn't aware the video was about her, was it?
I cannot for the life of me remember.
Yeah, Rachel, if that video, and she makes an accusation of Saberspark kind of hitting on her or something like that, unless he SA'd you in any way, shape, or form, and when I say that, I don't mean he asked you out, you turned him down, I mean he got handsy, or he fucking he couldn't take no for an answer. Like, it has to be more than him just being a simp. You got something, and I haven't heard this. Maybe I'm dumb, it's been a hot minute, shit's a little late there, but
and make light of my own situations, something I didn't realize was not universal and might come off as if the tone pertained to anyone's experiences that weren't my own. And I do want people to understand that if
also, for anyone who's going to eventually watch this bitch in the comments sections later on, is Saberspark married? Was Saberspark married when he dated that one girl? Because that's going to come up and become relevant during that pregnancy test remark.
it was directed at my own experiences.
Not that it's any of our business, but you know, inquiring minds want to know. I don't know.
Oh, sorry,
But I'm
in the
sorry
chat.
that it
She's
didn't
there.
Sup, Aria?
translate properly. Another thing I'd like to personally address is Courtney Pete and her treatment of another CSA survivor in the live chat of the video premiere.
No, how unfortunate.
Is that who I think? Pete? That sounds.
I
like
don't believe so, because I believe she burnt that bridge too. But by God, KP, by now, I think you've earned the right to just avoid people named Pete from now on. Call it a hunch, anyways.
I've spoken to both Courtney and the affected individual, apologize on Courtney's behalf, and going forward, since she doesn't want to apologize herself.
Yeah, no, and here's the whole thing. If she didn't want to apologize for herself, you have no business apologizing on her behalf. Get fucked. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Right or wrong, you have no business apologizing on her behalf if she doesn't want to apologize. I don't know what...
Like, think about it this way. If I did something shitty and then, like, somebody we know apologized on my behalf, would you accept that? You'd be like, no.
Like, if you did something really horrendous and I wasn't thinking, but here's the thing, this is pre-recorded, KP. Like, in the sperm of the moment... like
the sperm of the moment.
Yeah, I stole that from fucking whoever pro wrestling guy. But it's one of those things that, again, since you had this moment to think about it, you have no business apologizing on anyone else's behalf other than, you know, talking rapidly and trying to put the shit back in the horse. But this is, you had time to think about this. Pete clearly doesn't want to, I'm assuming. So yeah. Anyway.
I'm cutting public ties with her. While I can't control the actions of another grown individual, I
There's
can control how and if she is associated with my work and channel.
Yeah, so she wasn't a friend at all, or did she just not become a friend after she didn't do what you told her to do? Friends sometimes have disagreements, KP. I often wonder if you actually wind up sticking for it. That's me being a dick. You know what, there's heavier shit. We'll get to it.
Now I'd like to take some time to go over my original intentions of the video. The conversation I wanted to start and the messages that fell.
I do want to state for the record, for anyone, much to anyone's surprise, I am not a Kim Possible a lot fan.
Oh,
I know.
Surprise.
Short. Steven, or Saberspark, employs an editor by the name of Chris, who owns a Discord server.
Okay.
Chris is also employed by Will, who owns the D8 Games Discord server. There are a lot of names to keep track of, I know. Will
That's
has
3.
a passive posting pornographic, racist, incestuous, and anti-Semitic content in both his and Chris's servers.
I don't really care about the anti-Semitism. You're a kid online.
Hey!
Well, yeah. oh no. Yeah, like, again, if you're a small child playing Ponytown, you're going to see a swastika.
Yeah.
His own server, the D8 server,
that's the...
Yeah?
But that's the problem with content of this type, is because you never, unless you're actually seeing it, you don't actually know what the content is. It could be like,
oh yeah, well here.
Oh, it's anti-Semitic, but they're actually just like, I don't know, sharing a fucking Moon Man video or something.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop hanging out with Rocky, just because, like.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Anyways.
Man, I hang out with Rocky.
Yeah, no shit. And by the by, for people who want to listen, Miss I Love Kim Possible a lot came on the Pony Fuckcast, the PFC, which is run by Sheldon Penderhughes, who's on the alt-white. Anyways, I could pull that up if nobody believes me.
young as 11, maybe younger, with access to these posts. Not only
Now that's
all
no,
white,
I
all
thought
white.
I thought Discord had a 13 minimal cap. Yeah, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, is
Yeah, I think
Discord
so.
minimal 13?
You have to be 13 to make a Discord account from the last I checked.
Yeah, so that's okay. Yeah, immediately that's a fuck you wrong. Like, and I'm fully in support of that. No, I think small children, you could keep them off the internet for as long as possible, and I think 13 is very fair. Probably a little too kind. In fact,
Yeah, I think too low.
yeah. What would you put it at?
There's nothing on Discord you need to see that much. 18.
16, 18.
I don't want.
All right.
I don't want to meet. I don't want to meet anybody under fucking 18 in Discord.
I've talked to some dumb
People
people.
are annoying.
I forget when I met Arya. Anyways.
Not only do children as young as 11 have access to this content, but there are also children as young as 12 given mod status. The same
Whoa.
That's fucking dumb.
I don't know. Ooh, no bueno there. I'm not giving a 12-year-old
That's not
fucking.
good.
server also
No.
has a man accused of and arrested of child grooming.
Okay, let's read this lovable individual. Zach. It's always a Zach. It's always a Zach.
Do we know any Zacks? Maybe we need to keep an eye on them.
Zach David Luigi's. Anyways, so
Oh.
20 Isle of Wight. Oh, the whites.
The whites
Age
make it
18,
again.
current age, arrest age 18. So 3 years ago, Virginia, 5'10", 135 pounds. Boy needs to eat a ham sandwich. Anyways.
This is Will's own views on how children should be interacted with online, with some 12-year-olds
Well, let's back that up. One
Yeah,
second.
what does it say?
Yeah, I want to.
This
Arya
is
took
Will.
umbrage
Okay.
with your comment.
Yeah, I definitely. Okay, so it's been brought to my attention that there are 3 names, not going to name them, who have been abusing our mod. Again, no names, but I'm pretty. You guys are calling out because of age, and they shouldn't be allowed. Time and time again, I can't believe I have to keep mentioning this, but the mods are placed not on age, but mature.
Oh,
Ooh,
I
you
don't
know
like
what? Let's
that.
finish
I
that.
don't like that one bit. I don't like that one
want
bit.
I want the context still. Maturity. Imagine if we looked at a 41-year-old who acted 5 and a 12-year-old acts 26. What? What? Are you saying that 41-year-olds who act like 5-year-olds don't get alcohol? Oh, fuck you, pal. Oh, you can eat a fat dick. Oh, fuck you, KP. Anyways, well, let me tell you what has happened here. Will happen periodically, not in the server, but life itself, but not about age. It's indeed about the level of maturity. It hasn't gotten sexual yet.
own views on how children should be
that's a
interacted
little
with
weird.
online, with
Okay. 41-year-old, like 5, not at the age. It's indeed about the level of maturity. Now, to the abusers who call out for the fact that the mod is 12 and call the mod out to be 2, they're fucking seen who I am. I'm 24 and act young enough to be in school. Oh, Rachel, why'd you have to put
Okay,
this
buddy.
Yeah. Care about this channel. Every abuser who's also intentional, acted younger than. It's not sexual. Like, it's dumb. It's stupid. They should absolutely not be on Discord, and I think that they should be kicked off. But these 2 posts aren't as much of a smoking gun, unless there's like a 3rd or 4th.
some 12-year-olds are more mature than some 40-year-olds. I'd like to point out that this is groomer mentality. This is the same sort
Yeah,
of
we both did stopped, but there wasn't. It wasn't nearly as creepy as you made that out to be, Rachel. I don't support it, and again, I don't. I not even say I don't think I know. In the fucking terms of service, the best of my knowledge, they shouldn't be on Discord.
language used to make
No.
a child feel special and grown up when receiving inappropriate attention from grown
Forget should terms of service. They don't belong.
people online or off. Not to mention that Discord's own terms of service state that the users must be 13 to even
Okay,
be
cool.
on the
Aha!
platform. Terms Will and Chris seem to be happy to help children break. How and why does this particular
Whoa. Let's go back again.
platform, terms Will and Chris seem to be happy to
All right. By the way, I'm 11. You're fine, though. I'm 2 years older, lol. But I see. I called the age out higher, and you think that it kind of stands out as older than the age, right? Yeah. Because you are more mature. Every other great mod that blah, 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 fake sick, but it's okay. Blah, blah, blah. Look, I definitely feel that if this is enough to get him kicked off of Discord, that's fine. Do I feel that this should get him fucking arrested on the spot? Will here, unless that's the Chomo who was showed earlier. I have to be careful here.
help children break. How and why does this pertain to Steven? Well, frankly, I see an issue with the content creator employing someone who directly contributes to inappropriate interactions with children.
So, Chris, this might put you back on the hook. Unfortunately, the fact that if you were in this server, if you could produce some DMs where you're yelling at your boss or the person who's in charge of the Discord there at DA Games, where I definitely talked to him, and if you want to make some kind of argument, hey, look, I only stayed in there because it would have been worse without me. Other than that, you might be back in deep shit, Officious.
Online by providing a space where it's normalized, welcome, and defended. I see an even bigger issue when that content creator has a history of posturing himself against child predators as being the voice that calls them out, but is fine to employ people who do this very thing he himself has condemned in the past. And it isn't as if Steven has no idea that this was going on under his nose. I myself had reached out to him directly and through at least 2 different people to look into the issue and do something about it. Despite my repeated efforts to bring this issue to his attention, Steven never spoke to me or commented on the issue. Meanwhile, he was supposedly talking to someone.
So here's a much simpler thing. Since obviously our dear beloved Saberspark, our Steven, if you will, is willing to take you to court. That will probably have a sit down where you're going to have to talk face to face. Why don't we do a stream? I don't even have to be there. You assholes can get together and hammer that shit out. Instead of playing this fucking cute little game of fucking telephone. Would you not all agree that this sounds like a good idea?
I agree.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Else about the same issue with third party. Not to mention the fact that Chris himself has admitted to and bragged about a little sex crime that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
You are
hey,
really quick
hey.
on the draw moving this shit here.
Not to mention the fact that Chris himself has admitted to and bragged.
Edited roomed with a co-ed group of friends at con and saw one girl had left her laundry on the bathroom floor, bragged to all their peers he masturbated and used her panties. Saberspark was that, hey, he told a sex joke and was the real victim. To my understanding, that's what Chris said. Yes. Did he do it? Because I don't believe if he said this, which again, if this was about KP, I heard that she heard about it years later. Just saying that shit, no matter how out of pocket it is that illegal to the best of anyone's knowledge?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, dick move. If you want to lambast him for it, but it's not a... Pretty sure it's not a sex crime.
It's not a crime to talk about it, but it is an admission of one. Heck,
If he
maybe?
did it.
If he did it.
Yeah. Okay. But if you could pull up the state or federal statute, KP, I would be interested to see it. I love the law. I love it up and down. And you know what is a perfect defense to defamation? Truth. And if you could pull that bad boy out on Saberspark, that'll kill his lawsuit deader than fucking... I don't want to make an ignorant joke, but I can't think of anyone.
Bragged about a little sex crime that Steven
I was like, it's too early for Betty White.
brushed off as a sex joke. It should also be noted that in all of Steven's responses to the allegations, he has still not spoken on, condemned, or cut ties with Chris, Will, or DA Games. And once
I would definitely be interested to talk to Chris. I remember reaching out to Looney, and he said, "Oh, he's still around." And I was like, "Okay." I might redouble those efforts.
again, for someone who not very long ago had plenty to say on whether Gabriel Brown was or wasn't a groomer, that child predation online is terrible, and he himself has been abused as a child, it seems odd that he has nothing to say about his own employees' child predation, even to condemn it, let alone...
So you said child predation. You muddied the waters with the sex joke. The fact that fucking Chris is he a mod in DA games?
I have not been able to follow. Yes.
We would be
I
looking,
think so.
again, in my non-professional opinion, to try and hit him with criminal negligence. But the thing is, he's not paid. It's not his job. He's not
No.
getting, yeah. I don't know the case law on that one. And you'd be like,
There's
that's
not
technicality.
been
That's law, baby.
there's not been a existing case of my knowledge that has to do with the quote unquote responsibilities of an internet moderator.
Yeah. It's certainly worth fucking goddamn taking him to task. It could happen, and it would definitely, he'd be like, look, I should have probably done more. I was busy editing, or I fucked up. Hopefully he doesn't say some dumb shit like, I didn't see the big deal. No, hopefully he doesn't say that. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Him excusing masturbation onto a stranger's clothes, a biohazard, and sexual
Again, that stranger I was told was Rachel, but it could be BS.
harassment as a joke. And now on to Emily. In regards to Emily's testimony and accusations against Steven, she has released her own video that will be linked in the comments, and I encourage people to go watch.
No, I've only known, to the best of my knowledge, one person has brought accusations about it. It's a little wishy-washy, but again, because of the pregnancy test, I'm a little bit more curious.
And hear her story from her own mouth. While I don't regret believing someone, I do understand that I wasn't the best equipped to be the person breaking a story like that to the public for the first time. When it came to other people's coverage of the situation, whether or not they had spoken to me in person, a lot of my intent with the video and what I chose to platform in it was assumed. Concerns to me that are still much legitimate were and continue to be brushed off as clout chasing or jealous woman scorn mentality. People who have never spoken to me or heard my side of anything spoke with absolute authority on my.
So, to the best of my knowledge, I have no real fucking inclination of whether they dated, nor do I give a shit. Unless you were telling me that SaberSpark specifically SA'd you in some way, shape, or form, and I'm going to need specifics, honey, because I don't trust you. And if you think me calling you honey puts me in there, I've heard everything I need to hear. Honey. Anyway.
But FNGI, you gotta believe the victim.
Oh, yeah, by the way, that kid Douglas, my boy, I've seen you in limbo. I might have to ask you about this later.
And people who did speak to me in person painted our conversations in a different light when presenting them to our own respective audiences. This led to a good number of people speaking down to me, harassing me, and sending me death threats largely based on the assumption that I was a bitter, jealous, stupid woman targeting an innocent, successful, intelligent...
I will give John Ender, from the reaction I had to the stream, where it was definitely good enough. Second or third try, it was serviceable. If you are less than happy, considering it completely fucking cut your head off, JP, I can see why you'd be upset. And I'm sorry you feel that way. Anyways.
Man for the sin of not dating me. To which I'd like to respond by saying, Steven, I'm just
not a John Ender fan, so that's not me randomly just defending him.
Not that into you.
I am.
The same brush was used to paint over Emily's accusations and intentions with even less.
As much as I'm willing to indulge many of not KP's, fucking Burr's fucking thoughts over here.
Wow. Hey.
Sorry.
Don't mix me up with KP, buddy.
Yes, my friends are real, Jew. Anyways.
People speaking to Emily herself. More can be learned about her experiences in the video linked below. Steven, however, was given grace, room to respond, and direct personal support from the same people claiming to be an objective voice of reason throughout the situation. When given his own testimony on the accusations leveled against him, his own lapses in memory are not painted as proof of malicious lie. His own incorrect recollection of events, as proved by the screenshots he himself provided, are not painted as proof of a malicious lie.
I mean, you say you pulled away from her for the next few months, but I mean, because I've seen your DMs with her. Yep. So if you pulled away from her, I mean, it wouldn't be for months, Saber. It would
Not
be,
months, I would say. I mean, I'd say November. No, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm getting my the increments wrong. But I would say for the rest of November.
His own admission of trying to force a woman to take a pregnancy.
Wait. The big gotcha is that he might have botched the month. See, KP, if you had more, these quick in and outs aren't doing you any favors. This is very much trust me, bro.
You ever seen the following committee where fucking Jimmy Hoffa's talking about how he doesn't remember certain dates?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is not in any way, legally or otherwise, a admission of guilt.
Yeah,
to be like, I don't remember.
If I were a huge KP fan, this video would be pretty solid.
Will is not seen as a violation of consent, privacy, and bodily autonomy, but instead as a horrible event. He was made a victim.
And when I say that if I were a huge KP fan, this would be pretty solid, that'd be me leaning into it. If I were indifferent, I'd probably be less than thrilled. I'm pretty much on the same tie here.
victim of by the girl he had targeted.
Into the convention on a Sunday. I remember going over to her hotel, being like, I'm like, we have to get this test. Like, I need to know the answer before I head home, so I can know what's going on. I got the pregnancy test, came back, and I'm like, please, can you take this? And she goes, okay, because it was time's up, and she said, okay, I'll do it. She took it, and it was negative. And I remember afterwards, I was like almost dumbstruck with relief. At that point, I started forming this opinion in my head where I'm like, did she just baby scare me to keep me in her life? That was the emotion surging through my head, along with relief.
Admissions of being where he was accused of being and when are not painted as plausibility that what he is accused of is true. Instead, is painted as proof that he's telling the truth and the accused victim is lying for clout. For objective coverage of what was supposed to be a serious situation, there seems to be a lot of sweeping for Steven. Standards that myself and Emily were and continue to be held to are not standards that he needs to meet. So
Because you accused him, you dullard.
Yeah, burden of proof lies upon the prosecution.
Yeah.
We're using a lot of legal terms today, aren't we?
And you're like, why isn't he being... Yeah. Granted, when you get brought into civil court, you could sit there and turn that around to skosh. Though, again, the burden's much lower.
moving forward, how can we, as the online community, do better? What changes can we make to improve child...
We? Who the fuck is we? Like, holy shit, KP, you act like you're still in the fucking seat right now. Whatever fucking goodwill you had from Wreckin' KP, which seemed to be pretty big, you have flushed that away, honey. That's gone. There is no we anymore. This is you begging to get back in your foot in the door. We is a long, long road off. I appreciate your chutzpah to come back, and the gall and the nerve. Woo, that's some spice. But ooh, you just can't force your way in.
Safety or our fandom spaces? What kind of conversations should we be having? How about power dynamics and fandom spaces and the people that abuse them? Creators turning their fan bases into dating pools? Grooming behaviors passed off as normal internet interactions? These were the kinds of conversations I was intending to spark with my last video. This was my intent. And with the end of the video,
I do have to ask this question. Was she implying power dynamics? Are you trying to call every guy who's ever tried to nag his girlfriend for a pregnancy test as abusive? I don't know about all that.
I think more what she's getting at is the idea of sort of power dynamics in, I guess, fandom sort of stuff. You know, like somebody who has, you know, a hand to sort of, like a big hand in the fandom.
If you can date rock stars and fucking movie stars, and you were the person who decided to go after an F-class celebrity, that's on you, buddy boo.
I'd like to close off with a note about accountability. Throughout the whole ordeal, I have seen a lot of people attributing my lack of response to mean a lack of accountability, that I was avoiding the controversy and that I was trying to erase or ignore it. Something I invite the audience to think about is what accountability is, what it looks like, and what it isn't. Someone jumping to respond as soon as possible or through as many avenues as possible is not indicative of taking accountability, especially if that
what? The fact that he didn't go into an ass ball, you're upset? I'm sorry, honey, that's not cutting it. The fact that he decided to bitch slap you the fuck down and you're not happy how it went, and you're like, oh, no, he didn't do it the way I said. I'm like, who the fuck are you? You don't... Maybe if you would have fucking goddamn done this right, you could have sat there and said, no, I'm gonna gatekeep how he responds. That will's gone. Long gone. You think your fans... I bet if this video fucking cracks high, it won't be from fucking fans. You might even have some dipshit in there who fucking goddamn edits the goddamn comments. Mine might poof. But I highly doubt, if we could only see that downvote bar. Woo.
Response is to victimize / murder yourself in the face of accusations and criticism. True accountability is stating whether or not you did something on its face, regardless of any intentions or effect, and without excusing yourself or attacking the accuser. Example, I made the original video. It was bad, and I understand that. Jumping to dismiss someone as cloud chasing and trying to justify why what happened isn't the word they're using is not accountability.
Absolutely you can. If you put forth a
shitty
product, they don't have to take a KP. There's been times where fucking goddamn somebody goes completely shit and then people have to go back and take a look at fucking the body of work and see if it holds up. It's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can take accountability for your part in something that happened without saying, oh yeah, no, it was all this. It's situations have a lot of nuance, so you'll be looking at something. You're like an admission has to have some level of nuance to it.
Yeah.
It's obfuscation and defense. And you didn't need to defend something that didn't happen. Anyway, this was heavy. I'd like to thank everyone who stuck it out this.
What? No, I heard that. You don't have to defend something that didn't happen? So, in your view, if he just didn't respond, he'd have been good. Is that it, Rachel? Anybody? What?
far, as well as special thanks to my fans who allowed me the space to respond before forming an opinion about my intent. In the meantime, I've tried to be positive, and I'm working on something that is not YouTube adjacent, and maybe I can share it with you someday. Maybe not. We'll see.
Oh, if anybody could find KP talking about Charlie Kirkland, oh, please.
Oh, God.
It would make my life. Oh, so let's take a look at the comments on here. Hi, Bubba. We a French mouse, maybe? What are we doing over here?
We were talking about we.
Oh, okay.
When you were saying we, there is no we.
Oh yeah, no, he got into fucking some KP drama or some shit, or he tackled it. And
He's dealing with his own thing right now with fucking, if you know the name, Star Giant Productions.
Yeah.
No, it used to edit for him, but then I think theoretically went off the rails of some kind.
I'm very happy to see these numbers. Thank you all for letting me get a higher fucking view count than the Burning Donut.
It really is, isn't it?
Yes,
we looked and we saw it. It was a higher. It was. That's the bar.
Anything's higher than 0. Oh,
goodness me. Oh, hey, it's Umbrus Lupus. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does sound familiar. Let's take a look and see how old girl's been doing. Oh, let's see. 4 months ago. Let's see. I wish we could tell. Like when she put out the dumb video. Fuck. Probably.
Oh, I'm sure there's. Didn't we watch the dumb video?
Yeah, but it was rehosted somewhere else. I'm just trying to fucking figure out.
Oh yeah.
4 months. I can't gauge how fucking long ago this was because I wanted to see how well the views are doing. Anyways, let's talk.
Ooh.
Oh. It was rehosted somewhere else. I'm just trying to. But let's see. Any other comments? I don't know though. The other guy was oops. Yeah, I think Chris might have to come back and talk a little bit more. My advice, if Saber Spark or Chris are gonna say anything, whatever you do, don't do the oh god, do I have to keep talking about this bullshit?
Yeah, that's not not the best way to take it.
I wouldn't do that either, Rachel, because this ain't done not by a long shot. I could feel this one, unless you guys both.
Someone says it says when it was updated in the uploaded in the description of the rehost.
Oh, what KP's thing?
Yeah.
How many months ago?
Let me find out. Actually, I could be doing this.
I hope.
Well, do you know what the video was called, or I can just look up Kim Possible?
Oh, yeah, Kim Possible, probably goof video or rehost.
The response from Saberspark was 4 months ago. This is okay. Here's the re-upload. Come on, re-uploaded for archival
3 months ago.
purposes.
Yeah, no, she has absolutely not done something else since then.
Yeah. This re-upload is from May 1st, 2025. Jesus. Yeah.
It should be interesting. What do you think, class? Anybody will come back to fucking fire on this one? Miss Diamond, if you're around.
You did. Well, you certainly did, sir.
I'm not gonna do it. If you want to do it, Burr, there's somebody out there even more important than Aaron Diamond that might think something about this. You know what I'm talking about?
Our boyfriend?
oh, it hurts so bad not to say it.
Oh, KP apparently has a Tumblr.
Oh, of course she does. Of course.
Is there anything interesting on it?
Probably not.
Jiaomu? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know how to pronounce that. If there's anything interesting on it about it.
Lol. give that tip.
I don't know. There could be.
All right, it's
It could be tough.
been fun. I think we will kill out of the stream, everybody. Godspeed, and
Okay.
hope to catch